Morning, geographers. This week we are looking at how we can use debt relief to reduce the development gap. This is the last strategy for reducing the development gap that we will be looking at. I've listed the strategies at the top of the instructions for this week so that you can use this opportunity to identify any that you are not 100% sure about. Go back through the textbook, do some wider reading, speak to one of your teachers about anything that you might need to clarify your understanding of those strategies. At the end of this unit, I will be asking you to evaluate which strategy you think is the most effective. So this week, we're looking to pull together some of the ideas about global disparities in wealth, the impact of historic trade agreements and colonialism, and we're going to look at the impact of debt on LICs. The first thing we need to do is find the textbook to read pages 214 to 215. So if we go into Files, under the folder AQA Textbook, we'll see all of the chapters. Scroll down until we find the development gap and let that load. Scroll down until you find pages 214 and 15 about debt relief. Read these 2 pages and then answer the questions that I've given you in the instructions. The questions are slightly more targeted and robust than the ones that they've listed here. So firstly, we're going to start by describing the distribution of highly indebted poor countries in figure A. Remember, you want to be aiming to make at least 2, if not 4 statements about the distribution. It's not enough to simply say that they are in Africa, partly because that's not quite correct. So I want you then to use textbook to tell me, how do countries become HIPCs? Then start looking at what is debt relief. And do you think that debt relief benefits rich countries? If you say yes, you do think that debt relief benefits rich countries, I want you to give me 2 points to tell me how. Then I want you to give me 1 point to tell me how it doesn't benefit rich countries. If you say no, obviously then give me 2 points to how debt relief doesn't help rich countries and 1 point for how it does help rich countries. Then you're going to tell me how debt relief can reduce the development gap. Now, this question has tripped a lot of people up, so I've really broken it down for you because there are only 3 measures included in the HDI. So, how does debt relief increase a country's gross national income? How does it improve education? How does it improve life expectancy? Once you've finished with debt relief, I want you to look at microfinance. What is it and how can it improve the status of women? So it looks like a lot, but those are just some questions that you can answer with the textbook. Then we're taking a bit wider. We've got a link here to the Jubilee Debt Campaign. When you click on it, this page will come up with some background. So I want to know what they do, how they started, what their work is, and some of their successes. And then you'll be creating a case study, a mini case study about an HIPC that has had debt relief. So you can use the Jubilee Debt website that I've listed here, or you can do your own research. It's important that you choose to focus on a highly indebted poor country though. So if we look at the Jubilee Debt website, we come to the countries in crisis. There's a great map. It's a little bit more detailed than the one in the textbook. If we come down the bottom, there are 6 countries that they've already created case studies for. Only these 4 are HIPCs that you should be focusing on. So if we say click on Ghana, it will come up with a lot of information about Ghana's debt relief. I want you to tell me what country you're looking at. Give me the details of the debt. Tell me what the impacts of the debt relief were, and then how debt relief helped to improve the country's development. Finally, make a list of the arguments for and against debt relief. You can do your own research to find some arguments against, and if you need any help with websites for that, let me know. And then finish the week by completing the quiz. If you have time, there is an extension activity.